Welcome back to Sibz, West Coast, East Coast siblings, where we cover your favorite movies and TV shows. Tonight we are covering the season finale of Debris. Let's break down what happened in this episode. So the episode begins with these people who are walking to what seemed to be a empty rock face, cliff type thing, and they're crying. Super weird, but whatever, we're used to it, right? Debris is a weird show. Basically, the people are connected to the piece of debris that GJ and Influx and Maddox and Orbital have been searching for this whole time. And they are emotionally converged onto this piece of debris. So basically, to me, it just seems like they're emulating the emotions of whoever's around them that's not connected to the debris. Oh, BT Dubs, sorry I'm in a closet. I moved, you guys, so like my background is about to be really crazy, so just bear with me. Anyway, yeah, so they're all connected to this piece of debris. Not that that's really relevant for anything else that happens in this episode, but just so you know, that was our mystery for the week. We also learned from GJ that they can't move the piece of debris without detaching it from the people, because the people being connected to it makes it as heavy as an entire building. Obviously that's not easy to move, but disconnecting it from the people will mean that the people lose their memory. Not that any of that was important. We do get some questions answered in this episode, which is great. However, we have just as many, if not more, questions posed in this episode, which is typical for Debris. The next big thing that happens is GJ just pulls a 180 and basically has been our bad guy all along. He basically tells Finola that he has been connecting with the debris. She didn't save him from Influx. He already knew that she was coming. He has touched the debris and it has enlightened him, and now he knows so much information and he's just beyond everything. And basically his goal is with the debris, and apparently Influx, is to, let me just make sure I get this right. So he wants to put the debris in the hands of the people, not the government, so that they can rise up and resist governmental oppression. So the debris would be better in the hands of people as opposed to the government. And in my brain I'm just like, do they not realize that the government is people, that people could be just as corrupt as the government? Like, what the heck? I just don't get it. But anyway, that's his goal, make humanity better. Also, GJ tells Finola that he killed himself on purpose in order to be reborn, but he doesn't elaborate on that, and I would love some elaboration because that doesn't make any sense to me. But maybe in his dying and his rebirth, it made the debris easier to make him enlightened. I don't know. The goal for GJ and Influx with this debris is to give all of humanity access to it in order that they might transcend their current humanity into what, I don't know. The aliens? Is it some sort of alien morphing technology? I don't know. Probably not. That's probably not what they were intending. Anyway, we also learned the origin and reason for Brian's injections that we've been speculating about for the last couple of weeks. Basically, Brian, Ming, and Garcia were injured when the debris started falling. I don't know how they were the only people injured and other people weren't. Like, if it was falling from the sky, couldn't anyone have gotten hit by it? Apparently only 3 people got hit by this massive space debris falling. Anyway, they started giving Brian some injections to prevent something from happening, but they never elaborate on what the something is, so Brian doesn't even know what the something is. And when Finola asks what it is, he's like, I don't know. So we basically know about as much as we knew before. We know that Garcia's eyes turn some kind of crazy cat, snake, reptilian-like looking thing, so maybe Brian's got some kind of secret superpower that we probably will never find out about because this show is going to get canceled. But another big thing that happens in this episode is Maddox seemingly cures his son, whose name completely escapes me. I saw it for the first time today and it was something strange, like Imogen or something. Anyway, he fixes his son. He was in a car accident and now it seems like he's having trouble communicating and recognizing family members. Not gonna lie, I was like, relevance? Why do I care? It's like they put that in this episode so that they could explain it later, but it's like the relevance still escapes me. Like, what does that have to do with the larger story as a whole? I posit this. Maybe that Maddox is not the bad guy. He just wants the debris to save his little boy. So, yeah, but there's also some weird stuff going on between Maddox and his wife and the debris. We see a shot of Julia in the bedroom looking at these prescription drugs like she's gonna take them. No explanation on that. The next time we see Julia, she's asleep in the bed. Maddox is coming in and he's like, Julia, wake up, wake up. And she's like, oh, I almost did something so stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. We still don't know what. But she goes down and talks to Imogen, and he can at least communicate a little bit now with his parents, which is lovely. It seems like Maddox has solved the problem. Wait, didn't Julia divorce Maddox like twice now? Why is she still living in his house with him and the child? Yeah, you guys, once again, I don't freaking know. Are they going to explain it? I don't think so. Don't understand what the heck is going on with Maddox, Julia, the importance of their marriage, the importance of what's going on with their son. Next big thing, and I would say this is the biggest just tease of this episode, is that Otto, the guy who we heard last week had been tracking GJ, shows up, and it turns out Otto is Walter from Fringe. Now, do I know that actor's name? No, but he's fabulous, and I just think he's so great. Oh, my heart. Oh, my innards. Anyway, he's not Walter in this, but it's like, what a massive tease, because he shows up, right? And the camera's playing tricks with us, like, you should know him. You should recognize him. And it's like, we do recognize him as Walter, not as Otto. Who the heck is Otto? Like, I literally don't understand what this character has to do with anything, or why he seems to be more powerful in terms of hierarchy than GJ, why he knows so much about the debris more than GJ. Like, I don't get it. Also, there's a scene where he's coming out of a gas station and he's like ready to go or whatnot, and Anson, who's recently broken out of prison, he goes into the gas station that Otto just came out of, and Otto has turned everyone into cubes. Why? I don't know. It's clear that Otto is some sort of maniacal, evil, bad guy. Don't know why that's relevant. And then the last thing is we finally learn nothing about Blackwater Rainforest guy. Black butterfly, black guy, something or other, water crescent bird crow dude? I don't know. Anyway, at the end of this episode, he meets up with the ball of light, which I guess has been traveling to him. It has now reached Blackwater Crescent guy, and he goes up into some caves with that dude from Influx. They go up into the cave and they've got a frozen Finola. Alright guys, so that was my review. As you can tell, it is less than enthusiastic. I'm just so disappointed. And I guess it's because this was a good episode. I was intrigued. It asked questions, it answered some other questions. It got me into the story and I was down for the ride. But I think this was absolutely an atrocious season or even mid-season finale. Like, we don't know what the heck is going on. And yes, it answered questions, but it didn't answer the important questions. We still don't know what Orbital wants with this piece of debris. We don't know what's going on with Dee Dee over in London. We don't know what's happened with Ferris and everyone over there at MI6. I mean, there are just so many moving pieces that didn't go anywhere. We don't know what's going on with Maddox and his wife. We don't really know why GJ flipped the switch. Finola, as always, was pathetic and completely unhelpful. Brian, what? Disappointment is an understatement. It's like I wish that the show kept going because this was a good episode. It was just an atrocious season finale. And probably series finale. I mean, we'll see. NBC hasn't given their official statement on whether or not the show's getting picked up or not. The viewership, I think, is at like 0.4%, which is really, really low. Maybe they'll move it to a different day. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and then at the beginning of this episode, quite literally out of nowhere, Brian decides that he's going to be a doubter and not trust GJ and question GJ's motives. You should have just said, GJ's going to flip on them at the end of the episode. Like, come on, what? Especially because last week, Brian was enlightened with the big ball of light, and now he was a believer and he wanted Finola to trust him and trust the debris. What? Now he doubts it and is super sketchy and doesn't trust GJ for absolutely no reason. Can we just talk about the atrocious writing with that scene between Finola and GJ? Like, literally, she's like, stop it. Just stop it. Just stop this now. And he's like, you are my daughter, you belong with me. You are my daughter, you belong with me. You belong with me, you are my daughter. Like, what are they even talking about? What? Was I high? I don't think so. I don't do drugs. Oh my gosh, you guys. And I'm also like, is what GJ is doing a bad thing? Why is she so against it that she's crying? You guys, yeah. Debris. 13 episodes. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'm surprised that I'm so sad and so disappointed. What a letdown. Anyway, you guys, I think I've spewed all the deep-seated pain that I can. Thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me. Let me know in the comments what other TV shows you'd like me to cover. I am totally down and open. I have to cover the last 4 episodes of Soulless on Amazon Prime, which I will be doing tomorrow. That's the end of Debris. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think it's going to get picked up? As always, like this video if you like this video, subscribe, and click the bell so you can be notified of all things we Sibz, including me covering whatever TV show you tell me to. And I will see you in the next TV show.